Anyways, up here, we do put some stock buy commands in here, but I try to talk about bigger time frame stuff. Stuff in here might be a lot of the stuff that goes into the stock buy channel also ends up in here, but I try to paint a bigger picture up in here. So if you're a long-term investor, this is a great channel for you. You can see like before and afters. So let's cover one, for example. I posted this 9/16/2022. This is not when I uploaded the video, but this is when I posted all of this information. So part one, let's see what I was talking about here. Let's take a quick look at what I was talking about.
It's oil and gas, U.S. exploration and production. They're in the same group. You know, something to be said, right?
When these groups, the name of the last ticker?
Denbury, is that D-E-N? David Echo Nancy.
It's actually a really great video, and I had two guests in here. I really should hit up Stock Market Plan one day. I saw he was streaming a few hours ago. If he's live right now, make sure to go check him out on Twitch, Stock Market Plan. Again, he was live just at 5 o'clock before I started this stream.
This is what happens
we should definitely do something
things start to move in unison, right? When groups start to move in unison. I mean, this has been going on with the energy sector for a good part of, now going on 4 weeks now. A little bit with the same with financials is happening a little bit, where, you know, they get on their legs, man, they just keep going. And even rusty boats rise in high tide.
Interesting. Okay, everything has its cycles. We recognize this. Let me just read chat real quick. I want to look into this company a little bit more. There was one gentleman who asked about FDX. Make sure he gets to see what he wanted to see, and then
yeah. For sure. I just wanted to show you what I look at. I look at groups. That's all.
The Mason. Oh, it's fine. Whatever you guys can. The main point I was trying to make earlier. Let's see here. The main point I was trying to make earlier. So I don't really care what you guys say here. You can say whatever you want. You're all adults. You guys are fine. You can tell me about whatever investments you want. Tell me how your day is going. And tell me I look weird. I don't. It's fine.
You don't look weird, dude.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but name will never hurt me. So let's look at. He said FDX. Wait a minute. We've looked at this at some point. FedEx. Oh, FedEx. How do we not know this one? How do we not know that? Oh, of course. FedEx. All reliable. How's it doing relative to UPS? Quick. Don't look. Tell me, is UPS doing better or worse?
Look exactly the same.
They look exactly the same. Okay. Because I
probably. I'm leaning on probably.
Okay. because I know UPS had been on a tear for a moment, but you know, the faster they rise, the harder they fall. Guys, if you're in chat and you're not following right now, what are you doing? Make sure you're following to stay up to date. We have a ton of highlights that are released regularly. We stream every week. Make sure you're following. You don't want to miss out. So this is an interesting sell-off here. The question is, does it break the monthly 20 moving average? If it did, it would make a very nice entry at that 140. I would happily put a bid in for. Man said 140. Man said 140. Where is it today? Spoilers, I know. What a coincidence. Let's keep watching. We are investigating that right now. Make sure to stick around. We are investigating where the future of FedEx right now. I'll have you an answer for you here real soon. Yeah, we can look at LMFA for sure, Maz, and we will definitely do that. Just make sure to stick around. We also have this package that we're going to open at some point, mystery package. What do you guys think is inside? People will strap earnings. Do you know what strapping is?
Do what? Strap earnings? What do you mean by that?
That before earnings, like a few days before, or
This
video is they'll buy.
This video is about 40 minutes long, so I'm trying to, walk us through it relatively quickly.
They'll buy a put and a call, and then all they're looking for is basically the implied volatility to skyrocket when the earnings goes off.
Yeah.
That a lot of people do that, more the momentum side. You don't hear me talk about things like that too much. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know, and I know how to work within my skill, within my bounds. But yeah, a lot of people will buy both the call and the put, and then once the earnings go live, the implied volatility skyrockets, which causes the price to go in one direction, and then you either have an automatic sell order once it hits a certain threshold or whatever, and then you're stuck holding the other half of the trade. So in that exact scenario, what you'd basically be describing would be someone who had both the call and a put. It went up with the implied volatility and all the attention it was getting. They probably hit the sell on the call. The call would have been up money, so that they started cashing out into all the volatility, all the volume. You would need a volume to move these contracts, right? So now you're only holding a put, and then it comes right back down after unloading the calls, it comes right back down, and now you're unloading your put, and then it stables out, and it's almost like it never even happened because it ends up in the same place.
Like a wash.
Yeah, but it's the economic activity, it's the fact that there was a transaction at these 2 points, the lower point and the higher point. There was intrinsic and extrinsic value exchanged. That would be my very abstract way and contract-induced way of explaining the Facebook move you're talking about. Cover it for you. This is an example. We are also in Discord right now. If you guys would like to join the public Discord, it's completely free and always will be free, guaranteed. Yeah, so make sure to join. Hey Ferber, welcome back to the stream.
Ethereum, man, pretty close to that all-time high.
Ferber's a regular of the stream. He's a crypto enthusiast, and he could sell you just about anything. Right, Ferber?
Actually, not all-time high. What am I talking about? You guys want to hear something crazy, man?
Man, I would love to hear it. Tell me.
So I got a Colombian friend, right?
Yeah.
And he goes back and forth, states, and
yeah,
he's got like a chicken farm down there. But anyways, massive chicken farm.
Nice.
But he's saying now that the narcos have actually traded narcotics for Bitcoin. They're actually mining Bitcoin like crazy in South America as we speak. So they're ditching the illegal activity for more of a somewhat legal. So yeah, they're getting into crypto big time, man. The narcos are. They're putting some shit out there that it ain't worth a damn paper that it's written on. It's crazy. People are buying it because it's such a crypto craze, man. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. He's like, nope. I kid you not, man. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And they're hitting it big time, man. They're like just mining stuff. I was trying to get some. I mean, so
bingo bango, you nailed it right on the head,
that's
man.
Never failed me wrong.
Preach. That was perfect, man. You were on a roll. That was great.
It's just truth. I mean, that's in 2000. Look, I got licensed in 1999. Then the technology bubble, dude. And the things that you saw, anything that had attached .com to it, I mean, you could buy. I remember JDS Universe, Sienna Networks, freaking all these freaking stocks, right? And some of them didn't even have any earnings at all. Some of them have negative earnings. You could have opened up a lemonade stand on the street corner and made more profit in these companies. But it didn't matter because it got into a place just like this with Bitcoin, because it was new then. .com was new, right? Just like Bitcoin is today. And they started to freaking just buy the stuff up. You could buy like SunPower, for instance. I could just pick up any of them. You could buy like a 9:30 in the morning, and by freaking before lunchtime, you were up literally 40%. And it was like that across the board. It was not an unforeseen thing. It wasn't an unforeseen thing. I mean, this is what happened. And that's then you fast forward to 2008 real estate. That's the new hot topic, right? And that's where the most risk is. That's when you start getting phone calls. Like, I was a financial advisor back then. That's when you start getting phone calls like, hey, so-and-so got a condo over at the beach and they bought it for, $90,000 and they sold it in 90 days for 120 or 150. I want to do the same thing, right? Sell out my IBM out of my IRA and let's get some condos. So this is the kind of thing that happens, man. I mean, and it's just, it happens all the time. Happened with gold. I've never seen so many jewelry stores turn freaking gold commodities brokers, right? Like all the jewelry stores turn into gold commodities broker during the gold thing, right? And it's just like now they're out of business. They're gone. I mean, it's like, they took out too much inventory, so, it's, I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying crypto goes down or it goes up. I'm just saying, that is about as risky right now as you can get. And, guys are calling me all the time. Why should I do? Should I invest in crypto? I was like, look, let me put it to you this way. Do you know when you go to Vegas, what do you do when you go to Vegas? You bring 2,000 cash, 1,000 cash, 500 cash. You go out there and you set your mind up that you say, I'm not coming back with this money, right? I'm not coming back with this money. Okay, well, I call this Vegas money. I mean, if you have $500 or $1,000 to put in, put it in. You ain't got nothing to lose. Put it in. It might turn into something great. It might not, but you got to be ready to lose the whole thing, right? And not be mad about it, right? Just put it in. I don't have a problem with that. I just hate people that give up these false pretenses of like, this will never go down. When you start hearing stuff like that, that's what worries me. Because a lot of people will get hurt. A lot of people will get hurt.
Everything you just said, and I would be very much inclined to hear you listen, to be able to listen to you talk more about it. That was fantastic, the way you were talking about real estate, where you're talking about the 2008 financial crisis. I didn't even know you were licensed till
I
now.
lived it all. I lived it all. I was an equities trader. I was a bond trader. I was a margin clerk.
So we're casually making our way through this video. I'm trying to give it some time to show you guys how the chart was developed mainly. The main thing I want you guys to be focusing on is the technicals that I was putting in place about, when was this video made? Let's take a quick look. The video was made from a live stream on October 25th, 2021. Literally when the market was at its peak. We were trying to explain to you that everything was oversold. The RSIs were in that overbought territory. And as you're going to see with this chart, it printed beautifully. I want you to see the technicals. We're going to show you the before, and then we're going to show you where they are at currently. On top of that, there is kind of some interesting conversation that happens in this video that you guys have been listening to. But we're almost to the point where I can move on to where we are now, right? It's a crazy euphoric space, and
it's a decentralized network. I personally don't want a bank watching every transaction.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. Real-time monitors in the Discord. I'm going to the crypto section. I'm going to click on memtool.space. Look at the price of crypto in those charts a second ago relative to where it is now. It's right crazy. Now. Somebody just sent $10,000 somewhere. We can click and investigate that exact transaction, what wallet it went from and what wallet it went to. And we can see the fees and everything. It's very uncongested right now, which is kind of a good thing. It means transaction times will be quicker. But people always say these cryptocurrencies are decentralized, but everything starts somewhere. Like, the universe was created somewhere. Like, we have the Big Bang Theory, yes, but that's kind of an incomplete answer. Like, it stems from somewhere. All of this stuff is very visible via these various tools and resources such as mempool.space that allow you to see these transactions happening in real time.
Get it? I mean, but still, my whole point is that if you're telling me this is not the riskiest thing in the marketplace right now, then you haven't been around the trend, and the trend has been what it is, right? I mean, it's but I mean,
pay attention to
certainly
the purple arrow I just drew. Pay attention to the purple arrow I just drew in this video that was again filmed October 25th, 2021. Look at the direction down to the support, right?
That is happening. That's when it starts to get a little hairy, and I start thinking about the good old days of old. I haven't been very good old, not old at all. Use the verbiage like, oh, I'm cashing this, or I'm selling this to buy Bitcoin, and that is happening. That is happening. That's when it starts to get a little hairy, and I start thinking about the good old days of old. I haven't been very good old, not old at all, right? 2008 was just yesterday, right? I mean, and you start hearing things like this and this over exuberance, and then you start thinking, hold on a second, let's think rationally.
Yep.
And put this thing where it belongs, and the risk tolerance that it belongs in.
Okay. Guys,
Cool.
if you haven't already, make sure you follow the stream. We are streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, DLive, all simultaneously. Make sure you are following if you want to stay up to date with all the latest information. Right now, we are looking at FDX, which is FedEx. FedEx Corp was recommended to us by a member of the chat. You can all do the same. Just recommend what it is, the company that it is you would like to see, and we'd be more than happy to have it on screen. We are also available in this free and public Discord. It will always forever be free. Make sure to follow, guys. Make sure to follow. And yes, so here's FedEx Corp. FedEx Corp in 2017 reported a profit margin of 6.98%. In 2018, they had a profit margin of 0.77%. In 2019, they had a profit margin of 1.86%. And in 2020, they had a profit margin of 6.23%. So like a little bit of a scoop there, a little bit of a scoop.
Oof.
I imagine this company probably would have been beneficially impacted by COVID as people were ordering more things online. Probably overworked to an extent. Right now, it's very middle of the trend. We see this quite clear line right here. We see the 20 monthly moving average. I don't know why it's not showing. Is it because I clicked the screen like that? Yeah, FedEx Corp. It's very middle of its range. As you can see, its current price it's sitting right at the monthly 20 moving average. If it went up, that would be about 35% to the all-time high. If it went down, it would be exactly 35 cents to the 180 moving average. Very round numbers, very tangible number, very easy to calculate in your head numbers. It's like exactly in the middle, like uncoincidentally, perfectly symmetrically in the middle. Now, if we look at prior examples, we have the reason this line here is yellow and not red because it's been used as a resistance twice prior, 3 times prior, 4 times prior. So it's pretty well known that this is a resistance, and this price action up here in the 280 to 320, that might be accounted for in what's it called? As we were saying, this is a company that was probably impacted positively by Corona. So that would be an example of the extraordinary, the exception to the rule, the outlier in a data set. Will it re-achieve those highs? I think let me tell you what I would do. I'm not telling you where you should be. I'm telling you what I would do if I were to be taking a position in FDA. Right here is your 180 monthly moving average. As you can see, it's been used as a support multiple times throughout history. 4 distinctly that you can see right here. I would put a bid in around there at around 145, 140. Listen carefully, boys. The moment we've all been waiting for. Somewhere in that range, and wait for a fill and let the cycle carry out. These things move in a cycle, right? So just recognizing you have your supports down here, the potential resistance. You nailed it, Ethan. You fucking nailed it, bro. You fucking nailed it. Look at that price point. Highs way up here. And if you did get that 140 140. I said 145. That would be about 120% gain to all-time high, which is way better than the 30% from present to all-time high. Way better, way more opportunity, way more potential to be had. But yeah, that's FedEx basically. Earnings. I'm not gonna move these lines and just wait for it in a week or now. You're gonna it's like, go look at FedEx. It fell to its support. Oh my gosh, Denzel, you're still here. I hope you appreciate the chart. I did the best of my knowledge to be honest and transparent as possible. Explaining. I'm not gonna move these lines. A month from now, 2 months from now, I'm gonna say, go look at FedEx. It fell to its support. Monthly 20 moving average, and then it broke through. It kind of like spun there for a moment. It's also a quite clear flag in this prior, but. And here we are, boys. We've gone. You saw the before video. I'm showing you the after, where we are right now. What I told you. I'm not going to move these lines. We're going to come back and look at this, and it's going to be at the support, and that's exactly what happened, guys, and that's what I'm trying to demonstrate here in this another entry we're adding into our That Time We Shorted playlist that we have available on YouTube. For the long term, this would be a pretty solid pick. Mazur, you're up next. You're up next. Mazur said, I'm probably mispronouncing. Alright guys, so you all just saw, we watched a video that we made on October 25th, right? It was October 25th, 2021, when the market was at its peak. We were pointing out all of these things that were extremely overbought, telling you guys back then was not the time to be buying, right? Not only that, I showed you guys this whole chart being made. I showed you every line that went in place. We had some great conversations with our friend Stock Market Plan and Bull Options Trader. You know, we had some great conversations there. But you guys got to see every line that was put into place. And what did we say at the end of this? We said the support is that $145 range, right? You want to be at 145. That's where that moving average is. I even said, take a look at these lines now. We're going to come back and we're going to look at this, and the price of FDX is going to be at its support of 145. And, well, spoilers, guys. This is the current chart for FDX. This current chart. This is a screenshot I took just to show you guys from the video. Boom. Had the purple line. I had the negative projection followed by the bullish projection, as you can all see. And here's the current price as we showed in the Discord. Make sure to join our Discord, available at etherwrenn.com. You can easily tell when we were talking about the RSI, the MACD were overbought and descending into oversold territory, you know, bearish indicators. Now let's take a closer look. This is the price of FDX, FedEx Corporation, today. This is the exact same chart that you guys just saw in the video, the exact same chart. I have not updated this chart since then, and I didn't need to. I didn't need to at all. It just printed. Look at this. The purple line. I told you guys, pay attention. Look, the purple line. We drew that. Boom. It could not have been more perfect. Where did we say it was going to go? See this blue line? That is your monthly 180 moving average, right? We said that's a support. This is the same indicators that we apply to every company it is that we look at here. We wouldn't treat this one any different. The markets were super overbought a year ago, which is what we were telling you guys. You don't want to be placing trades back then, but now you might want to be placing those trades, right? Looking at FedEx, the same projection, right? We said it would come down to 145, come all the way up. It would be 120% gain. Why is it you would want to do that? Because if you would have been placing your trade when we made the video, you would have been risking 38% to the downside for a potential of 35% to the upside. But by waiting, like we explained in the video, to now that not only this company is at support, but every major market index across the entire world is at its support right now. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. And now, by waiting, you could then take that money you would have put in that trade, buy it for 145, and get a potential of 120% return. 30 for risking 38 to make 30, or waiting and investing now and getting up to 120% with the same product that you were interested in. That's what I really wanted to demonstrate with this video. And this video will be a new entry into our That Time We Shorted playlist that is available on my YouTube channel. Just go to my YouTube channel and then click playlist, and you'll be able to see a bunch of videos just like this with the before and the after. For everyone who feels like they need a video as proof that we've been there and doing these things for a very long time, that's the playlist for you. So let's look at FedEx where we are today, right? Okay, FedEx current price 149. Let's look at some things that you might find interesting in this company. First off, you have the dividend yield, 3%, 3.08 to be exact. That is exactly that U.S. national average for singular companies of 3%. Perfect. Let's look at their financials. We did just cover them in the video, but 2017, their profit margin of 6.98. 2018, their profit margin of 0.77. 2019, they had a profit margin of 1.86. In 2020, they had a profit margin of 6.23. And in 2021, they had a profit margin of 4.08%. Now, I just showed you a plethora of companies that have double-digit profit margins that are amazing. And make sure to go watch those highlights on my channel. That being said, the profit margins here are a little bit thinner, but they are profitable. They are profit. You can't take that away from them. They are turning a profit. And their revenue is growing over time, which probably is a scale thing. They're probably getting more business over time, driving that revenue up, but they're investing in more trucks and infrastructure to be able to support that. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Let's look at the price channel that I, again, drew over a year ago and just has literally been playing itself, right? Resistance up here. Let's start at the current. The RSI is currently oversold, close to the bottom end of the RSI, that 30, and typically this is a bullish symbol. This is what you want to see when you're placing your trades, right? Before you want to get in before it starts rebounding and riding up into that overbought territory. And other examples of this are May 2nd, 2020, the RSI was super oversold, close to that 30, bottom end of the RSI. What proceeded to happen over that? It ran 243%. See how that works? RSI, super oversold. After that, runs up, right? Another example of that, 2009, RSI, super oversold, touching that 30, the bottom end of the RSI. What happens after that? It proceeds to run 172%. But it didn't really stop there. It proceeded to run as much as 635%. You know, stuck with it through these peaks and valleys, as you should, right? Another example. We like companies with a lot of price history like this, right? RSI, super oversold, 1991, right? 1991, RSI super oversold, bottom end of the RSI, touching that 30 area. What proceeded to happen there? It ran all the way as much as 800%. So as you can see, you might want to be buying a company like this when its RSI is super oversold. What else can we say? On the inverse of that, RSI, here we are, May 3rd, 2021, RSI, super overbought, just to show. It was close to the top end of the RSI, that's 70. And what happens? It proceeds to sell off, as we demonstrated in the video. Make sure to go watch the video. Same thing can be said in December 1st, 2017, RSI peaking out, touching that 70 area, proceeds to sell off. These very consistent set of indicators we apply to everything we look at. What a coincidence that this one played out flawlessly and is now at the support that we projected, 145, using that blue monthly 180 moving average as a support, as it did right here. Monthly 180 moving average, bounces and continues to go to the moon, right? We all love that. That's FedEx, guys. I have one more I want to show you guys. One more, and it doesn't entail a 40-minute video that we have to go skim through. If you guys are interested in learning more about that, make sure to go watch the entire video. We had great conversations, again, with our special guest stock market plan and bull options trader. Make sure to go check them out on Twitch as well. Time for the next symbol. If you guys are new here, my name's Ethan. Make sure to check out my website, ethanwrenn.com. From there, you can find links to all my various socials. We're currently live on Twitch and YouTube, so make sure to follow or subscribe if you'd like to be notified when I go live next, and stay up to date with all the latest information.